Alright, Bant Hero. So, Hero of the Precinct One is a card that's just super powerful in the format. Lots of different shells it could go in. This shell is another... We actually just got done playing White Blue Angels. This is another mid-range-ish deck looking to leverage Teferi. Ninja Dave, thanks for the 2 months. And J-Chick, thanks for cashing in that Twitch Prime this way. I appreciate it. Welcome, welcome, folks. The only other multicolor card other than Hero we have in the main deck is Growth Chamber Guardian, just because I think having good 2-drops that we can then hold up Absorb or Frilled Mystic after feels very reasonable. Get some tempo going on. Depose and Warrant were also very reasonable cards last time we played this. Growth Spiral is a decent 2-mana play because it ramps us up into Frilled Mystic and Teferi a little bit sooner. So, we played something close-ish to this at the beginning of February, and it felt pretty reasonable, and we're revisiting it now because this has been my favorite Bant Hero configuration that we've played. So we'll see if it feels good again today. For people that are new to the stream, I see people asking questions about decks in the stream title, so I always try to keep the information updated around here. So decks that you see listed in the stream title are decks that we still have yet to play today. We might not get to all of them, but I do plan to play all of the decks in the stream title in order. I often overplan just in case some of the decks we try are a dumpster fire and we don't play them for the full hour and a half. But on a day where we hit all the decks are reasonable, we don't always get to everything. And then the decks that we don't get to stay in the deck queue for next time. This is fine. It's not super aggressive, but like we have Depose to buy us some time, and then we have Warrant here as well to like flip something back on top of their deck. I wanted to put Esper Hightower in the queue from the email that I sent, but I really want to put bits towards a Slimefoot Dryad list I made that you think you should check it out. Yeah, so I don't always review decks every day. I do most days. Yesterday, I had an extra busy day, and I had some issues with my YouTube exports yesterday that made my post-stream process take twice as long, so I did not get a chance to review deck list yesterday. So you will hear back by Sunday if you are waiting on a deck list submission, because today I plan to run long, and then tomorrow I'm playing in the Nerd Rage tournament, so I might not respond to deck list submissions until Sunday. I am mostly a one-man show. So this is actually kind of sweet here. So they need to counter this Depose, because if they don't counter the Depose, the Curious Obsession is going to fall off because they won't be able to attack. And now next turn I get to play a land and then Detention the Pteramander, which even if they get the Pteramander back eventually, the Curious Obsession won't be coming with it. Think I just passed here. I submitted a deck for the bits I donated a couple days ago. Yeah, that's perfectly fine, Venfaith. You all good. Just gonna go ahead and take this hit here. If they play something, I'm gonna Frilled Mystic. If they don't play something, I'm gonna deploy the Thopters. Get to the Thopter. To the Thopter. Yeah, I am planning to play Team Reclaim tomorrow. Have it in a box. Danon, one of my wonderful subs here, mailed me a physical copy of the deck so I could play it this weekend. God bless. So I think I'm just gonna race them here. I'm not gonna jam Teferi into a counterspell. I'm just gonna keep holding up the Frilled Mystic, I think. I'm doing this proactively just because I want to keep their pressure off the table, and I want to add more pressure of my own so I can race them here. How did I get cards for I needed for my deck? Well, I owned my modern deck, which was Kiki Cord, but for non-modern decks, I mostly just asked around. Sometimes I'd buy cards, then resell them after. But outside of like week 1 standard tournaments, you can usually find a lot of stuff to borrow if you have connections.
Hold that thought.
Hold that thought. How close is Scary Terry? Not close. Got it. Hey, Lord of Adam, thank you for the 2 months. I appreciate the support. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. You see them diddle a Thopter, double attack Teferi here. I'd encourage you to read the articles that are linked on the Green Black Elves page of my website and watch some of the videos there. So I'm going to warrant before I declare blockers, because if this doesn't resolve, I don't need to chump block, because one of these Temptations is lethal to Teferi. So because they have this counterspell, I then don't want to block, whereas if they didn't have the counterspell, I would block so I could keep my Planeswalker.
Only time will tell.
Another Deputy of Detentions would be ideal here. Flood in a little bit. Krasis. Krasis would also be great. The Nerd Rage Gaming Championship Series is one of the sponsors scrolling on my banner there. They are having a standard tournament this weekend. They are one land away from farting off Terry here. Yikes. Alright, probably dead. Hey, Mashi, thanks for the 3 months. I appreciate it. You needed a little bit more card advantage here. Think I have any out? Deputy of Detention's an out here. Gives us redraws. Yeah, they do full streaming coverage. It's not a Grand Prix. They have coverage at their tournaments. It's not just, you know, they like people watching their tournaments. I think this is probably a Frilled Mystic out matchup. So twitch.tv/NRG series. You'll be able to follow my progress there. They have a players to watch board and all that jazz. And they cover at least one match every round. If you follow me on Twitter, I'll post when the tournament starts, most likely. I'm doing swell, Monster Man. We played a really sweet Blue-White Angels deck to start the day. Playing a little bit of Bant Hero now. I think the deploy half of Depose deploy is fine. I also think occasionally Depose is going to make a Curious Obsession fall off, which is valuable. Gus Lit, thanks for the 2/3 of a year. Welcome back. Bant refers to the 3-color combination of blue, white, and green. So every 3-color combination in Magic the Gathering has a word that we use to represent it. Yeah, I agree. I have yet to play an Angel deck that doesn't feel favored against mono blue. I don't know how this particular deck does against mono blue, though. Feeling a little obsessed. So, the nice thing here about Deputy of Detention is that Deputy of Detention literally can't be countered by 1 mana if you target the Curious Obsession. That being said, they just tapped out, so I can just go ahead and take the Mystical Oak Herald now, which is great. Yeah, if they would have left a mana up there, I would have deputied their enchantment rather than the creature. That way Dive Down doesn't get me, but because they tapped out, I'm free to just grab the creature here. This does give them the opportunity to Spell Pierce this Growth Spiral, but like with this deploy in my hand, they're probably going to be able to Spell Pierce something at some point. So I think I'm okay with that. I'm going to go ahead and shock this in. I'm going to go ahead and attack for 4 here. I shocked in so I could have the Depose up. So this way, if they have a Merfolk Trickster here, I can Depose it before it gets to block my Hero of the Precinct One. I have no idea. This is a deck list we've only played a few matches with, and I have no idea what its good or bad matchups are. So come along and watch with us while we learn together. If Deploy gets to resolve next turn, we'll get to gain a pretty significant amount of life, which will make it difficult for us to race. Yeah, I actually have been... I was not expecting Deputy of Detention to be very good, and I've been very happy with it. Ooh, that's a good one. 4/4 flyer, thank you. Deal. Wizard Retort was going to counter something. Might as well counter my thing that's going to give me stuff regardless. I don't know what percent versus Esper control means. I don't know to what that is referring. Okay, just pass. I'm hoping to deploy inside of combat and ambush some of their things. Thanks, Clown Punch. The percent for the match. I have no idea. I don't like making up numbers. Only have 2 things in there, so we're not threatening to die to this turn. I think I'm gonna Teferi plus. And then start smashing here. Yeah, I acknowledge you, Kajudo. Kato, as a heads up, if you're not subscribed to the channel, the minimum donation to add a deck to the queue is 2,000 bits or $20. So as an FYI, the $10 or 1,000 bit price to add a deck to the queue is for subs only. It's a perk for being subbed to the channel. Oh, that's sweet. We might be okay this game. So they can't fart the Terramander next turn because there's only 2 instants and sorceries in here. And then I've got 9 attackers in play, and I've got a removal spell in Teferi and a removal spell in Crushing Canopy. And they're only at 7. Glacial Brand's probably objectively the more powerful. Or, sorry, Amulet Titan's probably objectively the more powerful deck. It puts up a lot more results. I think I'm happy with how I sideboarded. Let's just run it back. Steadily creeping up with that 2-year mark. Thanks for all the quality content. Put the bump towards Electro Demigod. Will do, Wraithmorn. Thanks for the support. Does anyone know if they've posted what the set release date is for War of the Spark on Arena? We did Deputy Triple Baffling End yesterday. It was really awesome. It was quite fantastic. I need to figure out what the timeline is. When that's going to go up, I'm gonna do some more Magic Online in the days leading up to it, and then do more Arena after. So I would love to keep these spells in this matchup, but triple tapped land, even with all my colors, I think just isn't good enough on the draw. On the play, I'd keep that hand. This hand's like not super exciting, but I think it's a keep. Hero's great. There are a bunch of shells that Hero is very good in that's put up results at all sorts of level of tournaments, ranging from SCG Opens to the Mythic Championship. Tristani could be okay. Tristani helps the Hostage Taker Thief of Sanity problem too, which is nice. I think Watley's kind of a trap card that's not very good. You got it, Kato. Thanks for the support. I think we're probably just dead to this fast start. Need multiple pieces of removal here. We should probably make a command for the standing desk thing. People often ask. There's definitely not a command for it. Yeah, it definitely releases before it releases in paper on Arena. I just don't know when that is. I need to figure out a timeline so I can adjust my schedule around it. Yeah, the blank ad's gonna be there until I restart OBS, so it's not gonna happen today. Yeah, we're just pretty dead here. April 25th. April 25th. Good to know. Hey, Bushu, thanks for the 2 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. How we doing, folks? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good night to everybody, wherever you're at in the world. Thanks for dropping by here today. My name is Jeff Holguin. I'm a full-time streamer and content producer here on Twitch. I'm here playing Magic 30, 40, 50 hours a week. If you enjoy standard best of 3 constructed, this is definitely the channel for you. It's pretty much all we play here. As always, a shout out to my wonderful subs. I wouldn't be here day in and day out without their wonderful support. I'd also like to shout out some of my wonderful sponsors here. Quip provides wonderful, affordable, quality electric toothbrushes. And if you check them out using the link bit.ly/HugoQuip, you get your first refill kit of a brush head, toothpaste, and battery with them for free. Also, if you sign in using your Twitch account, when you pick up that Quip, you can bump a deck in my deck queue by 25 points. So thank you for checking out the sponsor. BCW Supplies are the only ones I trust to protect my paper Magic the Gathering cards. Using code Jeff10 at bcwsupplies.com, you can save 10% on sleeves, binders, deck box, and all sorts of other fantastic gaming accessories with them. Cardsphere.com will love to help you turn your cards into other cards directed to other players. There's no haggling, and they just take 1% fee off the top. And of course, InkedGaming.com will love to help you customize your gaming experience using code Jeff12. You can save 12% on custom playmats, mousepads, binders, and bags with them. You can upload your own custom artwork or choose from the wide range of artwork that they have on their website. I think someone made a pretty reasonable suggestion. So one of the things that these Bant decks have a hard time with is Hostage Taker. And I think the inclusion of some Tristani in the 75 could be really good. I think I want some of these. I think I'm going to trim these absorbs. I think I'm going to put a third one on the board as well. I like the idea of Tristani a lot. Yeah, I think Temur Vanafear is fine. At its core, it's just like a green-red monsters deck, and green-red monsters is fine in the format. It's really funny, like, people are so used to formats being so incredibly imbalanced and there only being 3 playable decks that people are so terrified that, like, their fringe deck is unplayable, when in reality, they're all just fine. Yeah, the Neo bars are great. I actually just ran out of my box yesterday. I need to grab some more of them. Pretty easy mulligan here, no second land. Tribunal, or Ixalan's Binding is better against Hydroid Krasis. It's better against the Wilderness Reclamation decks too, because it says they can't play another Reclamation until they deal with it. So, I think I greatly prefer Ixalan's Binding in the place where I'm bringing that card in. Perfect. Seems very reasonable. What was it, League Score from MTGO this morning? We went 1 and 2. Are there any combo decks in Standard? Yeah, Nexus of Fate is arguably tier 1. Matto, thanks for the Prime support. I appreciate it. Welcome, welcome. Vanifear is not a combo deck. Vanifear is like a mid-range deck. Mid-range monster style deck. Yeah, good game streak. I mean, there's nothing to be said about game 3. I just mulliganed and didn't have a hand with any interaction. You had a good mono blue start. Some people have really loose definitions of what a combo deck is. Synergy is not combo. Synergy is not combo. I mean, that's what makes the mono blue deck so good, right? Like the fact that it has those draws that punish people who have bad starts. And like, people are really worried about the London Mulligan making mono blue unbeatable, but the reality is the new Mulligan rule is going to make decks better against mono blue too, right? Because they're going to stumble less often as well. It cuts both ways, basically. Was I supposed to Deputy here? Maybe I'm supposed to Deputy plus Temple Garden tapped. I think I'm supposed to Deputy. I think I'm just supposed to pass and Frilled Mystic this turn. They have heroic reinforcements. I want a Frilled Mystic. Baby Krasis is definitely not the play. Well, I could Deputy one of their things. I'm gonna play this out as a removal spell here, I think. Just trade for Amara. I feel bad if they have a second Amara with this block. But I think I'd rather Deputy Hero than Deputy Amara. Arena isn't timing you out while you're winning the game. It's not a combo deck. I agree, Socio Penguin. I think it's just going to let people play more actual meaningful games of Magic instead of just, like, stumbling and dying. Which is great. Less stumbling, fumbling, and dying sounds wonderful. Yeah, the opponent's deck is very reasonable against decks like what we're playing. The Naya decks tend to really struggle against both the Nexus of Fate decks and the Esper control decks in the format. But against other mid-range style decks, they can be plenty fine, plenty powerful. Hopefully I don't have a Colossus here. I guess if they had Colossus, they'd swing all. If they had Colossus, they'd swing all, right? The old post-combat pump my Lyra. Yep. Or pump my Angel. I think we're dead. Yikes. Otter Haas, thanks for the 4 months. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. Stroke seems pretty good here. Honestly, the Baffling and the Ixalan findings seem pretty good too. Depose seems pretty mediocre. Warrant, Warden, they have a lot of creatures that need to be attacking to do stuff, so that's probably not fantastic. Growth Chamber Guardian blocks kind of okay, but it doesn't attack in very well. Is a Guardian out matchup? Oh, Crushing Canopy does seem good. Yeah, I agree with that. I'm gonna cut Growth Chamber Guardian. I'm gonna bring in the Canopies. I agree, that seems excellent. Yeah, Frilled Mystic might be a little bit clunky and obvious. Let's trim one of those at least. Let's give this a go. Actually, Warden's probably fine. Let's try this. I really need to get some better front lighting for in this room. Help. Double Deputy is probably good against the tokens deck. It's called Standard on Moto Dead. I think they still do standard WMCQs on Magic Online, right? So it can't be fully dead. At least people buy cards to play those and then cash them back out. Man, new cards that are playable in Modern are probably going to get really expensive over time on Magic Online, as fewer of them get opened for Standard and Draft. Alright, sweet. Look at that. Hit a card that rewarded us for spiraling right away. The WMCQ still have a lot of... Or the Magic Cup qualifiers still have a lot of players in them, Doogie. Dozens of us, yep. Alright, so we're hoping to draw a land here so we can play Krasis for 4. If we miss on the land, we'll just put the Warden into play. I guess they could play an Angel here that would want a Deputy of Detention. Or that. Want a Deputy of Detention, that too. Having them just burn to Lava Coil is great. Teferi, I would love to Teferi instead.
Let's skip to the good part.
If they attack Teferi with the Amara, I might just Warrant it back to the top of their deck. Man, what a combo. Aurelia, my Amara. Fitz, thanks for the tier 1 sub. I appreciate that. Welcome. Hope you're having a good one wherever you're at. It's just a good clean deck building. Combo. I get, like, it's obviously fine because, like, they're both good cards that play well with Hero. It's just funny.
No time for a break.
It is still just funny, even if it's probably fine. Bye. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. Yeah, I agree. Just because two things have a little bit of anti-synergy doesn't mean you can't play them together.
Wild animals I like.
The fact that she goes to 6 is so annoying. Because, like, I get to make one more token here, but I can't kill her next turn. Does that game show still exist? I don't know. That's a quote from my childhood. I'd assume no, but I don't have any actual idea. Ooh, that's a good rip.
Keep up the pace.
Alright, so I'm gonna Krasis for X's 4 here. Because this way, after I play my other... Playing it for 5 doesn't draw me another card. And this way I get to untap and have Crushing Canopy available next turn. I could Deputy Vivian, but I'd much rather just attack her to take her off the table. So that way they can't just, like, kill my Deputy to get their Planeswalker back. I feel like mid-range Teferi decks are a really underexplored archetype after playing the Angels deck and now this. Like, obviously this is just a good card, but it's been so pigeonholed into control, I feel like it's really pretty reasonable in these mid-range decks. Yeah, the attack all working on Planeswalkers is a solid upgrade for sure. Good QOL improvement. Yeah, creature-based decks can protect him, and just, like, against the control decks, he's more likely to resolve just because, like, you're forcing them to answer your threats up the curve. Do we think there's a sweeper in their deck? What are the odds? What are the odds there's a sweeper in their deck? I feel like I should probably play around one. I drew the Baffling End here, so I don't really need to play into it. Weakest Link has been off the air for 5 years, but will be coming back in November. Of course it is. Of course it is. This hand's a little bit slow and awkward, but the spells are good, so I'm gonna keep. Hopefully we just, like, be a professional and rip a shock land on one or two. What's going on, Mike? I'm leading on Glacial Fortress here, so this way if I draw a Forest or a Breeding Pool, I can play a 2-mana white spell on 2. And commentate in the voice. If I scrub out this weekend, Dakota, or tomorrow, I definitely plan to, like, make Matthew let me commentate at least a round with him. And someone was just saying they'd never seen a dinosaur from that card before. Well, there you go. I really don't care about a Knight of Autumn, though, because, like, if I make even one token with the Hero of the Precinct One, I like it, too. JK. JK, LOL. Suddenly care much more. Do I trade these? I don't think so. Gets no blocks. Hoping to draw a land here so I can Baffling End plus hold up Warrant. Yeah, missing my land drop probably means I'm dead. If we'd have hit the 4th land, we could have gone block plus Warrant here. there. If we'd have hit the land, we would have been able to warrant the 4/4, have our token plus hero block the 3/3, and then like untap and start Krasising and stuff to maybe get going somewhere. Ooh, draft! Draft! Get away! Get away! Whew! Almost did a limited there. It's not a good seed. Kill it with fire! Kill it with fire! What's the cost to make you play limited? 100 American dollars. Listen, there's plenty of great people streaming lots of great stuff on Twitch right now that are playing Wonderful Limited. This is not one of those channels. We're constructed here. Thanks for the 6 months, Mike. I appreciate it. Hand's a little bit slow against Basic Mountain. I'm playing the Teamer Climb deck this weekend. Nope, needs to come from one single person. What does it cost to round up Andrew Ketter and play EDH with them? That one's a lot of effort. I think a mid-range red deck? Against a mid-range red deck, this hand is not that bad. For like one of the Chain Whirler treasure map decks. I'm just gonna go ahead and diddle this with the Depose. Just to draw a card. I did not get my last Krasis for the weekend, but I was kind of thinking about it, and playing with 3 Krasis might actually be fine. The card can gum up in that deck sometimes. I might just like throw the second Brontodon main and like add another sideboard card. Wow, are they actually red aggro? They just like kept a bad hand. Okay. No, I don't like playing Lava Coil in the main deck. I think it's dead in too many matchups. In the matchups, it's good, it's great, but you don't need the help necessarily in all of them. If you knew you were always going to play matches where it's live, I would play it in the main, but that's just not the case. Do I just Deputy again? I think I just Deputy again. The NRG event is down by me. It's actually walking distance from my house. It's kind of great. Deputy is really not good in this matchup, huh? This might be a short set with this deck. We had a good run with something close to this build last time. It's just not doing well today. Hey, MJ. Well, thank you for the 2 months. Welcome back, and thanks for keeping me around. We've been snow-free for a hot second here, which is great. Yeah, I'm gonna try my Teferi rather than the Depose. This could be a matchup that's okay for Negate as well. I removed Zagana because I wanted another sideboard slot, and Brontodon's fine in the main deck. And Zagana's just a little bit clunky sometimes. Like, it's a fine card, but it's just like the worst card in the main deck. Yeah, I agree, Fallsburg. The last time we played this, we played against, I believe, like, gates and control decks, and we had a good time there, but against all these aggro decks and, like, mono blue, we're definitely getting beat up a little bit. Yeah, there's a bunch of different hero iterations that have been going around. Someone asked me to put Rycat asked me to put my favorite Bant build together, and this is my favorite Bant build from last time, which is why it's nice to revisit things, right? What's my favorite pizza topping? Pineapple. Listen, chat, there's two types of people in the world. People who like pineapple on pizza and people who are wrong. Make sure you're in the right group. Ugh. Welcome to Magic the Dumpstering. I guess we're doing okay here. We get to exile this. I get to put this into play tapped. And then next turn I can play the Tristani or like play plus flirt the Growth Chamber Guardian. Wonder if they drew that for the turn. They must have drawn it for the turn, right? Going down to 11 here. Yeah, pineapple really is just like an A+ fruit. Yeah, so like even if they have this here, while they're just double shooting it, that's good for us. Don't play Goblin Chain Roller after, and we're kind of okay. All right, I'm done. I'm done. Yeah, this build is just not good enough in the current aggressively slanted format. I think if you wanted to play against a bunch of control, it would be fine. But as far as Bant heroes go, I just wouldn't recommend playing this build anymore. I don't think. So we played this. We played this at the start of last month before the Mythic Championship. Obviously, the format was a little bit newer and it was a little bit less aggressive. And it has a good time against like Nexus and Gates and the control decks. But against these more aggressive things in the format, like red and white aggro and mono blue, it's just not quite good enough. I think we're gonna mosey on along here.